It's time for another edition of Pet Talk with the Nebraska Humane Society.
Basic training classes work for a lot of people, but sometimes specialized training might better fit your needs.
Here to walk us through 5 options with the Nebraska Humane Society pet behavior specialist Kathy Ganan. Good to see you, Kathy.
Good morning.
Look at this
Yeah,
guy.
thank
Who
you.
is this?
This is Sally.
Sally.
Sally's about 8 months old. She's a Chihuahua mix.
You just rub her under the
Yes.
snout here. She'll melt.
Yes, and she worries a little bit about things, but then once, in about 2 seconds when she warms up,
Yeah.
she is all over an all puppy and just snuggles in and plays, and she's a fun dog.
You've been impressed with her personality.
I have.
Yeah, she's good with the other guests in the green room. and all
Oh
that.
my, she was playing with them too. Yeah,
Look at her.
Yeah.
All right, so she's up for adoption now?
she is.
You have a lot of puppies at
do.
the shelter right now. What's going
And they
on?
go
I don't
fast.
know.
The puppies go fast.
really fast.
But that's unusual to have
It is.
young ones around.
And especially right now, but we do, yeah. So it's kind of fun to see. And they all just glob together. They're just a riot, keeping warm, and they're a little nervous.
That's
But
great.
then they have personality, and it kind of starts
Are
to
they
come
all
out.
on the website right now? So people
Should be all on the
look at them?
website.
And their adoptions open at noon.
Yes.
I thought it was interesting. You were talking about pets, dogs in particular, who maybe are always at the bottom of your feet, because that's
Yes.
what my dog does. Just
Yes.
right. I'll be making, washing the dishes or cooking at the stove right in front of my
Yeah,
feet.
Yes.
can't take a
And
step.
so that's
No.
where some good basic training comes involved.
It does, to have teach them to get to a spot or a place or whatever you want to call that, and that's where they need to be so that they're not under your feet. Teach them a good stay or a wait, whatever you want to call it, so that they're in a place and they know. I also like to teach my dogs that they can stay either seated or down, and I can walk around them. Comes in real handy in the kitchen when you need to pick something
Yeah.
up and move, and you don't want to drop it on them
Well, especially
Yeah.
or get them under your feet.
Right.
You
a
know,
boiling pot of water.
absolutely.
Or something. You don't want to fall.
If they know to stay and wait, and that you can move around them, and they're all good with that, everybody's safe.
Basic training then works for some things, but then specialized training may be a good fit for other families.
Right, and dogs, like people, have issues, and some issues you need to work through in different ways to make things better, and make the dog more comfortable in its own life and in your life.
So what are the five classes that you want to share with our viewers today?
We do.
And maybe Fearful Dogs, we'll start there.
Fearful Dogs is what we do in these classes. Most of them are 4 weeks, and what it does is we're going to use basic behaviors to help build confidence in dogs. And then we'll also give people another way to work around some of those issues that they're having trouble with, how to make scary things positive. And so they're not so scary, and build that relationship so the dog learns to trust them.
Are these all one-time-a-week classes?
They meet once a week for an hour, yes, for 4 weeks with the Fearful Dog one.
And then you have a small dog class as well.
We do, for those, because some dogs that are, little dogs, when they get in a class that is with a lot of big dogs, they get a little intimidated, and you don't quite see everything with them, and they won't do a whole lot. So every so often we offer a class for dogs that, as an adult, they're 25 pounds or less, and give people some pointers. Okay, so the dog gets way far under the bed. What do you do about that? How do you get him out?
Yeah,
Yeah, no
right.
True issue.
Yeah.
The drop-in class is nice for some people who
It is.
might not be able to commit to a certain schedule.
Well, exactly. Some of the people in the medical field or firefighters have a schedule that doesn't allow them to come to a class once a week for 6 weeks. So this is kind of nice. We meet every Tuesday from 5:30 to 6:30. We will give them basics, and then we'll adjust the other half of the class to what people are actually coming for, what's something more specific. I'm the one that teaches that, so as people, if they come repeated times, I can kind of help them out, and we can advance them a little bit more. Where maybe they've got skills, we'll help them out a little bit more.
That's one of those you pay as you go. It's about $16 a class.
Yeah, $16.05 with tax, and you can
Yeah.
register online or at customer service as you walk in the door.
Then you got a class for the younger dog handlers out there.
Which is
We
smart. A
do.
lot of people get dogs to teach responsibility
Yes.
to their kids.
We
So
do, but we're going to offer a junior handler class in February, and it's for children who are 10 years or older and their dogs of any age. Kids need to be able to obviously not be drug across the room by their dog, and they need to be able to follow directions.
Yeah.
And I see there without parents present.
Yes,
No mom and dad.
mom and dad don't have to
That's
come.
good.
Drop
Yes.
them off,
Right.
hang out in the
Yes.
parking
Let them
lot.
go, and then you have
And
one
they-
for
yep.
for seniors as well.
We do. We want to offer, and we're going to make the senior one during the day, which is an easier time for them to come. We don't have to worry about the nighttime issue. But we'll cover basic behaviors, but then we're also going to gear it to things to make it safer for people during the day, like dogs getting under their feet, but also at night when people can't see as well. What do you do with your dog so you know where the dog is and all those things? So if you get up in the night, you're not falling and hurting yourself
I'm
or
gonna
the
send
dog.
my parents to that class.
Okay.
They've got a little Shih Tzu that when I
Yeah.
walk in the door, this thing starts tugging on my pant leg
Sure.
Well,
with his
perfect.
teeth.
I think about dogs
Perfect.
that get under your feet when you're going up and down stairs.
Yes.
And that's where it's
And that's one of the-
particularly dangerous,
is,
where you
and
want to prevent a fall.
Absolutely, and that's one
Yeah.
of the things we work on. And even if it's only a step or two, that still can be a big danger.
Yeah.
This is Sally, in case you're just
Mm-hmm.
tuning in. She is up for adoption now. You think about
Yes.
8 months old.
She's about 8 months old.
She's a good little dog.
Yeah, a lot of puppies now at the Humane Society, which is pretty unusual.
We do.
So if you're looking to add to your family, you're welcome to do it starting at noon today, and that's when adoption's open. But we always encourage you, if there's a dog you see on the morning blend that's really tugging at your heart, get there around 11:30 and complete the paperwork. That way you can beat everybody else.
There you go. You're on the
Sally's
list.
frozen there. You're
Yeah.
holding her by her
No, I'm just
tummy,
holding her
and
by her
legs are just
chest.
sticking out like
No,
that.
she's
Put
fine.
her down so she can relax, okay? Just set her down.
What
She
is
wants to
going
relax a
on
little
with
bit.
you?
Kathy, thanks for coming
I'm a
in today.
dog
Thank you.
whisperer. Kathy,
All right,
knows
so
it better than
there's
me.
probably something in your billfold or your purse which you could get some extra use out of in 2014.
The new ways you can use your library card this year when we return.
See, now she's not petrified.
She wasn't